If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, the best way to do it is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, YG's Bulletproof armored vehicle was involved in a shootout, and the Crips apologized to Nipsey Hussle's family. Plus, Iverson helps out Meek Mill. Let's talk hip-hop. Alright, yo, this whole situation is crazy, right? So, a couple months ago, it was like around Christmas time, maybe like a little bit before Christmas, like maybe December 15th. Or something like that, whatever. YG buys himself a beautiful present, right? That armored bulletproof car, right? And that comes after like Young Dolph's vehicle got shot up, and you know, a bunch of people was getting shot at. So I guess YG felt like, yo, I'm gonna buy a bulletproof vehicle too, just in case some shit happens, right? 2 Chainz actually bought a bulletproof vehicle too, right? And that's fine, man. These dudes are celebrities. People always trying to get at them. Plus, they have that tough guy persona. So there's going to be other people out there that want to test your gangster, right? So that's your defense right there. So that's cool, right? But then, you know, fast forward a little bit to last week, and one of YG's artists, Slim 400, got shot, right? Between 8 and 10 times, right? He's still alive though, right? But the doctors and everything don't even know how many times he really got shot, because there's so many entry wounds and exit wounds, and you know, Slim 400 got shot in the face, and just like all kinds of crazy ass shit, right? So YG is like on the side of Slim 400's bed the whole damn time. You know, he's like, damn, Slim 400 got to get well. And of course he feels like somebody that he considers a friend or a brother got hurt under his watch, right? So I'm sure YG feels bad, right? Fast forward again to yesterday, and YG's bulletproof vehicle that he bought a couple months ago was involved in some kind of shootout, I guess, or something. And I don't know what the hell is going on, right? People are saying this is retaliation for what happened to Slim 400, but YG wasn't there though, right? So there were 2 men in the vehicle. At first, the police just saw like a vehicle driving crazy, right? And they thought it was a drunk driver, so they decided to try to pull that vehicle over, right? But that dude who was driving decides not to pull over because they had just finished doing a drive-by or whatever, right? And during that drive-by, they ended up shooting and killing somebody, but the person they killed was like an innocent bystander and had nothing to do with nothing, right? So that's kind of fucked up. But anyway, so the dudes are now riding, and there's like a high-speed chase away from the police, and they are shooting at the police, right? They're shooting at the police car. They riddle the whole front windshield of the police car with bullets. They shoot a cop, you know, but the cop is okay. The cop got shot in the arm, but the nigga is still alive and out of the hospital by now. One of the dudes that was in the vehicle ran and didn't get caught at all. Another dude that was in the vehicle did get caught, arrested, and apprehended, and is sitting in jail right now. I'm sure they're gonna question him or whatever, trying to put the pressure on this nigga. They're probably gonna give him attempted murder for the cop. They're gonna give him murder for the innocent bystander, and they're gonna be like, you better fucking tell us who else was in the vehicle with you, or else you getting the death penalty, because you know they do the death penalty in California. But that nigga, he was suited up and booted up and ready to go onto the streets, so he better keep quiet and do one of those. And I don't know who the fuck was in the vehicle with me, you know what I'm saying? The whole situation is just crazy. I'm hoping that YG had nothing to do with this shit, and that somebody that YG knew, you know, just like grabbed his car keys without even telling him, or said, hey man, I'm gonna go get a pizza, or yo man, can I borrow your car, man? My baby mom's is tripping. She want me to come over right now. And YG was like, yeah, you know, do what you do. I'm over here chilling with Slim 400 because my nigga gotta get better. And then YG turns on the news and sees some shit about his vehicle being involved in some shit, right? So that's probably what happened. Nobody's saying that YG sent anybody, because YG wouldn't do nothing like that, because he's a celebrity. This is a high profile situation, and he's smart enough to know that obviously if your friend gets shot 10 times and then your vehicle is involved in a whatever, YG's smart. He didn't do no shit like that. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments down below. Alright, yo, this situation is crazy, but I feel like at least it's reconciled now, because basically what happened is, Nipsey Hussle got killed a few months ago, right? R.I.P. Nipsey, right? And basically the whole situation is that, one of Nipsey Hussle's like sayings, or one of Nipsey Hussle's like his, I guess you would say, like the way that he sees life, or the way that he saw life, was like a marathon, right? So, Nipsey Hussle wasn't one of these dudes that wanted to like just become famous and become a celebrity and just like blow up like the next huge biggest thing, right? So a lot of people, like, let's take like a Lil Nas X, right? Lil Nas X was like, nobody knew who he was like 2 or 3 months ago, and now all of a sudden Lil Nas X blew up like crazy, right? So Lil Nas X is not running a marathon, right? According to Nipsey, Lil Nas X is like running a sprint race, like pew all the way to the top, right? And Nipsey Hussle doesn't like that, because when you shoot all the way to the top, what you lack is a foundation, right? So Nipsey Hussle is like, I'm gonna run the long race. I'm gonna run the marathon, right? It's worth it a lot better. You earn the things that you have. You earn the fans that you have. And these people are solid fans that are running with you through the whole time. And they're really here for your music, not because you're the next hottest thing, not because you got a cool viral moment going on or whatever like that. You want fans that are going to know your background and really just like go with you, right? And that way, if something happens, like if you pass away, those fans will hold it down for you so good that you'll live forever, like a XXXTentacion, or like a Nipsey Hussle, like a Biggie, like a Tupac. Those people had a great fan base who ran that marathon with them, right? And so Nipsey Hussle always said, look, I'm not trying to be the biggest, most famous person in the world. I treat this fame thing like a marathon, and I'm running my race. I'm staying in my lane, right? To the point where he even named his clothing company TMC, the Marathon Clothing, right? And all of that is dope and cool, right? But when Nipsey Hussle passed away, a lot of people was like, damn, Nipsey Hussle had a good idea. He looked at life like a marathon. He was just running his race. He was staying in his lane. He was talking about uplifting black people. He was talking about being an owner of things. He was talking about owning your own masters, owning your own music, even though he was a Crip and even though he was a gang member, right? So a lot of people start saying, after Nipsey passed away, a lot of people started saying the marathon continues, right? They added that continues part to it, because we're going to make sure, as fans of Nipsey Hussle, as the family of Nipsey Hussle, as other Crips, fellow Crips of Nipsey Hussle's, we're going to continue Nipsey Hussle's race. We're going to continue his marathon, and the marathon will continue, right? So then the Crips decided to, a whole thing happened where people were like, oh my God, these young black men are getting killed out here for a name that they don't even own, right? They're getting killed out here on blocks that their mom don't own no property. Their mom is still renting, right? And these motherfuckers are out here dying over bullshit, and they're looking stupid, right? So somebody from the Crips decided to legitimize the Crip name and make it an actual company. So they started a company called Crips LLC, right? And that was cool, because now they're saying, fine, if a lot of young black men are out here dying, at least young black men are the ones that own the name Crips, right? We're not dying over some bullshit that's not even for real, right? So they legitimized the name Crips, right? But then now Crips LLC, they need a slogan, right? And so Nipsey Hussle had just passed away. The marathon continues. They wanted to show love to Nipsey, so they named the slogan for the Crips LLC was the marathon continues, right? And then they went and tried to get that trademarked, right? But when you get something trademarked, it doesn't just happen right away. Like if I go to get something trademarked right now, by the time I get, back to the crib, it's not like all of a sudden it's going to be trademarked. It has to be approved. They have to look at other people's trademarks to make sure that they didn't, this wasn't already trademarked by another company or another person. They also have to see if there's any trademarks similar to that, right? Like if there's something that's called the race continues and not the marathon continues, maybe they'll still reject your the marathon continues trademark. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Black Sam, who is Nipsey Hussle's brother, saw that whole situation happen, and he was like, hold up, wait a second, I can't believe the Crips LLC are trying to trademark the marathon continues when Black Sam wanted to trademark the marathon continues in honor of Nipsey Hussle. And I'm sure that Nipsey Hussle's family are going to be using the marathon continues, that slogan, within something, whether it's movies, clothing, merchandise, whatever the case may be in the future, right? But now it's crazy because if the Crips LLC owns that shit, and you know Black Sam and Nipsey Hussle's people want to use that slogan, the marathon continues, they got to break the Crips LLC off with some of that money, right? And that whole situation is crazy, right? This kind of extortion, I guess you would say. Like, how are the Crips going to extort motherfuckers? And why would they do that to Nipsey Hussle's family? You feel me? So anyway, somebody from the Crips, a spokesperson, came out and said, you know what, we realized that we were wrong and we decided that we do not want to trademark the marathon continues. Somebody from the Crips actually released a statement. So now the Crips, they have, believe it or not, they have a spokesperson, a PR person, right? So his name is William King Hollis. He's a spokesperson for the Crips, and he's issued the following statement, right? We realize our actions may have been offensive, and we have reached out to his family, Nipsey Hussle, respectfully Nip's sister, Samantha Smith, and we are deeply sorry for any disruptions and melee that we have caused during the trademark accusation, and we are sorry to the family, friends, and fans of Nipsey Hussle, right? And then they say, hopefully now Nipsey Hussle can rest in peace, right? So I'm glad that they figured all that out, because they were going back and forth with the Crips, and then, you know, Black Sam don't really want drama with the Crip. I mean, and then what real Crip would actually do something to Black Sam? But then again, you got crazy ass niggas like Shitty Cuz who did something to, you know, or Eric Holder who did something to, you know, Nipsey Hussle. So at least they took care of all that. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments down below. Alright, yo, so this whole situation with Meek Mill and Judge Brinkley is still going on, right? The good thing, though, is that the DA actually decided to, well, not the DA, but the state of Pennsylvania decided to take a really close look at Meek Mill's case, and I think that they're looking to replace Judge Brinkley, right? But in order for them to replace Judge Brinkley, she has to recuse herself, which means that she has to step down on her own accord, and I don't think that Judge Brinkley wants to step down because of her ego, because if she steps down, it would look like she has failed in this Meek Mill case, in this Meek Mill situation, but really you didn't fail, bitch. You've been giving Meek Mill a hard damn time since he started, you know, rapping professionally in the music industry back in 2007, right? That's all I'm saying. But anyway, so Meek Mill's people have hired a private investigator to just look into the situation with Judge Brinkley, and lo and behold, they found another family who has been terrorized and tortured by Judge Brinkley, just as Meek Mill, right? But this family is not rich, they're not well-to-do, you know, they're a regular 9-to-5 kind of family, and the father in the family is a huge Allen Iverson fan, right? So the family's from Philly, you know, Allen Iverson. So anyway, so somebody from the private investigating team actually called up Allen Iverson and was like, yo, listen, please, we need you to help out Meek Mill, and this is how you could do it, right? Call up to this family, and you're gonna have the, you know, the husband or the father all starstruck. You're gonna talk to him, and you're gonna convince him to basically testify against Judge Brinkley, or at least write a statement against Judge Brinkley saying how Judge Brinkley has been harassing you, right? And it's just basically like it speaks to her character that she's the type of person that takes her trials too personally and gets a little bit too involved in situations to where she feels like she needs to really drag you through the mud, right? Just as she's been doing to Meek Mill. And I thought that it was just like she has, I guess, a gear to grind with Meek Mill because he represents the street life and he represents everything that Judge Brinkley was trying to get away from, but yet he still is filthy rich and a millionaire and super famous and has more money than Judge Brinkley. So I thought that in the back of her head, she kind of resented the fact that she had to work really hard to get where she is, only for Meek Mill to seemingly not work hard to get where he is, even though he did work hard, right? But it seems like she's just a fucking bitch and that she does this to other people too because she did it to this family too, right? So basically now this dude, the father of the other family, is going to write a statement about Judge Brinkley in order to help out Meek Mill because it just makes Judge Brinkley look bad and it makes it look like she's the type of person that's out for revenge and not justice, right? Which is good, right? And then in turn, this will help out that family too because now their case is going to be a high profile case and it's going to be coupled in with Meek Mill's case. And you know Meek Mill got them Rock Nation attorneys, so everything should work out for those people as well, right? So here's Allen Iverson still helping out niggas in the hood because, hey, fuck it, he's Allen Iverson, right? This is dope, right? Let me know what y'all think about everything in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me at Jonny Fastlane. That's Jonny Fastlane on Instagram. And y'all already know what to do. Peace.